And I know you want to talk about the Jelly Roll. Well, you were talking about the Grammys were filled.
While the Grammys is going on, okay, Jelly Roll is here. You know, when he wins, they call this, and there's a clip of him when he's announced when he wins. The reaction is phenomenal. Here's what Jelly Roll had to say when he won. Go for it, Rob.
You're going to try to kick me off here, so just let me try to get this out. First of all, Jesus, I hear you and I'm listening, Lord. I am listening, Lord. Woo. Second of all, I want to thank my beautiful wife. I would have never changed my life without you. I'd have ended up dead or in jail. I'd have killed myself if it wasn't for you and Jesus. I thank you for that. I thank you for my label, Broken Bow, Country Radio, baby. What's up, dog? Oh, Republic, John Manili, we did it, baby. There was a time in my life, y'all, that I was broken. That's why I wrote this album. I didn't think I had a chance, y'all. There was days that I thought the darkest things. I was a horrible human. There was a moment in my life that all I had was a Bible this big and a radio the same size and a 6x8 foot cell. And I believed that those two things could change my life. I believed that music had the power to change my life and God had the power to change my life. And I want to tell y'all right now, Jesus is for everybody. Listen. Jesus is not owned by one political party. Jesus is not owned by no music label. Jesus is Jesus, and anybody can have a relationship with him. I love you, Lord.
Oh my goodness. If that doesn't give you goosebumps,
that's Reba
and let you know that he's
right
in a room filled with depraved creatures in Hollywood and he came up there and he praised Jesus' name, good for him, Pat. Like I always was a fan. That is freaking amazing. Taking that moment filled with these people and he did that. I mean, you can't.
By the way, did you see you know, the clip you were showing in the back of Joe Rogan talking about Jesus? And
does he have
how
that, Rob?
Rob, do you have that clip? Joe Rogan, this is recent apparently, in the last week or so when he had Andrew Wilson on, which phenomenal podcast. But Joe Rogan is talking about his experience. I think that's the one.
This makes me so
that's
happy.
The one. Watch this, folks.
One of the things that I always try to point out to people, they go, why do you go to church? Like, because when I was younger, I was very cynical about religion, and then I've got older. One of the things that I always say is, if there was a pill that could make you as nice as the people that I go to church with, everybody would be on it.
Bingo.
They are the nicest fucking people you will ever encounter. When we leave the church
nice or are they
parking lot,
kind?
They're kind.
Yeah, they're kind.
Kind and nice. They're all the above. If you get just to the teachings of Christ, I can't find any faults in it. Like, it's all about being kind. It's all about this idea that we're all in this together and that you're supposed to lift each other up and look after each other. There's no faults in it. It's not like you have to kill the non-believers.
Bingo.
It's not like you get to rape and pillage for the non-believers and the infidels must die. There's none of that. It's definitely a better framework for living your life. And there's a lot of people that just reject that think of themselves as intelligent. You know, they think of themselves as intelligent and well-read and educated. And
too
they just
smart
think
for that.
Yeah, I'm too smart for that.
Too smart.
It's very fascinating. It's fascinating that people that are self-professed atheists and people that think of themselves as too intelligent for religion won't acknowledge that. They don't want to believe that. And so many of them that I know that are self-professed atheists are some of the most miserable people. They're very depressed. A lot of them are on psychiatric medications. A lot of them are in therapy. A lot of them are really fucked up.
They're almost cursed.
When I heard that, do you know how first Jelly Roll, Pat, you want to talk about the epitome of faith over fear. You know how scary it is to go in that room with these heathens and go up there and profess Jesus Christ like that. I guarantee the labels and all these, or whoever's really in charge, they don't wear Christianity on their sleeve. They don't let people know. And Joe Rogan, Pat, I know Joe Rogan because we've hung out and I've seen him and stuff like that. You have no idea how happy that makes me that the Holy Spirit has touched him that way where he knows what's up. He gets it. The happiest people, we're trying to get close to Christ. We're trying to walk in the footsteps. And that right there, if you can't see what God is doing in these people's lives, then you're freaking blind. That's the only way. That's the only way. God is what? Jesus Christ is what, Tom? The way, the truth, and the life.
No one comes to the Father
except through me. And it's not a game, guys. Or Joe Biden would say, it's not a joke.
Look, it's the Satan is referred to as the ruler of the kingdom of the air. And it says he roams the earth looking for someone to devour. That's what it said in 2 Peter. And it says, be self-controlled and alert and aware of these things. I see glimpses in music, and I see it all in entertainment, but there were 2 glimpses I saw in music that were really startling to me. One was Bob Dylan's interview with Ed Bradley, openly saying he made a deal. He cut a deal, and he was very troubled by it. But Dylan was talking about what people were interpreting it, that he made a deal with the dark side around his music. I mean, that's what him was saying. I'm not interpreting. It's what Bob Dylan was saying. And he was sitting there talking to Ed Bradley on 60 Minutes, this interview. And then the other one says, I remember seeing music videos, Motley Crue, that showed the inside of their studio or a practice facility that they said supposedly was in Box Canyon, the other side of Chatsworth, and it was these candles up on the wall with the star that is known as Satan's Star. And it really bothered me. I said, are they doing that because they think the artwork is cool, that it's goth? Because some people do that, they adopt the symbols because they think it's cool looking, right? It's like kids in the 70s when I grew up, had adopted these things that were around, Hell's Angels. And what they didn't realize, it was American Nazism, but they were adopting it because they thought it was cool, and they did not know what it meant. So I'm like, man, does the band know what that mean? Or did they just think it's kind of cool and, make the devil horns, while you're headbanging to that kind of music? I don't know, but I'll tell you, it's there. It's there if you want to see it, that these people are battling with the spiritual side and have come face to face with the spiritual force. But the white light will expose it all, and the white light of Jesus Christ is what will ultimately expose all darkness.
Adam, how do you process this?
Well, the famous quote, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled is pretending and telling people that he didn't exist, right? This comes down to complete trickery. I'll never forget the conversation I had with our friend Jimmy, who doesn't like talking about this anymore. But it's a couple of years ago, and he's Jewish, but he became a Christian, but then he allegedly started worshiping the devil, and then he's got back into the gospel music. Now he's back, and he was very open about what he went through. And the first time he told me this, I go, dude, being naive maybe at the time, I'm like, are you telling me what I think you're telling me? He's like, I swear on my life,
I saw it.
the things I've seen, whether it's human sacrifice, children,
Which
these
Jimmy
things.
is this?
Jimmy Levy, singer, you know who he is.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, dude, this is very hard for me to believe and process. You were there.
It's scary.
He sang here at the event that we did here. And really it comes down to this. What's the price that you're willing to pay for fame? You see people out there like, I'll do anything. And then here comes whoever, Hollywood agent, super producer, whatever, these types of people on the in crowded and say anything. Well, here we go. So is there anybody that Hollywood or the elite does not want speaking more than Nicki Minaj? A black, talented female who's seen behind the curtain, and now she's a fan of Trump?
Oh.
I mean, I don't even know what she said about Trump in the past, but I guarantee you it was not good. Wasn't she also at the Turning Point being interviewed by Eric Kirk?
Yes.
So, if they say...
She was at the White House this last weekend.
Exactly. So what happened there? Genuinely, what happened?
Yeah.
What did she see?
Listen, it's a great question.
And then
the
last point is this. Kanye, many, many, many years ago, before he went on his tirade and he embraced Jesus walks, he says, if you say anything, you'll lose everything. If you say anything, you'll lose everything. And they keep repeating it. And then here's the thing. They say that politics is downstream from culture. This thing that's going on in Hollywood, whether it's devil worship, whether it's the Bohemian Grove, whether it's Bazamuth or whatever this guy is.
Baphomet.
Whatever. You know what one thing I'm worried about? It's big tech, big government, big pharma, big agriculture, big Hollywood. The military industrial complex, they may say run the world, but what runs America is the Hollywood industrial complex.
They're losing it.
Yes.
They're losing.
Thank God they're being exposed.
You know why Big Hollywood is losing it? Because independent creators nowadays can make same kind of money doing what they're doing. There's so many ways that you no longer need that power. Look who we are. I mean, we're a perfect example. Who the hell are we? Honestly, think about it. Like, I didn't go to no Columbia University, whatever. We didn't go to no Ivy League. Tom is the most educated guy here, according to the way you're supposed to do it. You know that community, this community.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone to CSUN, Cal State University Northridge. That
CSUN.
should be a one of these UCs, right? University of
Berkeley.
California, whatever. Northridge.
Put myself through it my own dollars, by the way.
But what's the point? This independent world that is becoming very annoying to them. Wait a minute, who are you for a guy named Mr. Beast to make 20-minute videos and become a billionaire off of YouTube? What? Yeah, but by the way, as great of an actor as Brad Pitt is, guess what he's worth? $400 million. Yeah. Imagine how many movies he's been in.
Yep.
As incredible of an actor as Tom Cruise is, what's Tom Cruise's net worth? Can you pull out what Tom Cruise's net worth is? What is Tom Cruise's net worth?
Can I guess?
I don't know, 700 million?
600
million? What is the number?
600 million.
600 million. Mr. Beast at 30 is a billionaire off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's a
game's changed.
very different world. Very
It
different
is.
world. Comedy's changed. Everything's changed. So I don't think they have the power they did before, and it scares the crap out of them in a major, major way. Scares the crap out of them. If you're watching this, if you're cold like we are, and you want to wear a sweater, you just don't know what you want that sweater to represent, we have options for you, okay? We have an entire section because of the amount of messages we got saying we need hoodies with PBD Podcast on it, Future Looks Bright on it, and of course the Vinny, Here Am I, Send Me, Faith Over Fear, the VT logo. You pick and choose. Ladies, Team USA, any of that stuff, and even the 250-year anniversary for US, go pick and choose. Wear your hoodies. Put on the sport of Future Looks Bright. Represent while you're going out there freezing your tail off. At least these hoodies will keep you warm and excited about the fact that we have this now set up for everybody. Rob, do me a favor. Put the link below for everybody to go order, no matter what it is. Place an order for a hoodie for yourself, for your family members, for your friends, for your peers. It is definitely getting cold. 150 million Americans are freezing their tails off. And by the way, for those of you guys, the other 35% of listeners that don't live in America, I am sure it's cold where you are as well. So order a hoodie for yourself.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.